It's the philosopher here, back with my co-host Jack Lloyd.
What up?
What's up? Thanks for coming. Happy Sunday, everybody. Today is going to be the monthly show. So today we have a topic for you picked by my monthly supporters on Patreon or Subscribestar. And that is how the U.S. government secretly collaborated with other gangs and mafias. So we're going to be going through some history here. And just like in the monthly show, hey, Anna. Hey, Anarcharico, what's up? Just like we do in our monthly show, we're going to go through the topic picked out, and then we're going to shout out some of our fiducers, and then we're going to go through some funny memes and other things going on. So yeah, let's get started with the show. And Robert, thank you so much for your super sticker. I'll have to check out what that is later.
And also mention really quick, talk about the campaign for a moment before we kind of get stuff set up here.
Oh, yes.
A little late. Yes. We were at the beach, and that took a little longer than expected.
Yeah. So, right, recovering from LPF Con yesterday.
We can talk about that too while we get set up here, honestly.
Yeah, there's a few stuff. So, if you were here with us on Friday night, we had a Break the Great Reset campaign for my music video. That's to create it. The song is already out, so you can listen to that in full on SoundCloud, YouTube, wherever. But yeah, this is going to be funding for the music video. And on Friday night, we were trying to pass the 5K mark. And we didn't get there before the show ended. But as you can see on the screen, we actually made it past the 5,000 mark between Friday night and yesterday. So, woo! And if you were here Friday night, we were saying that we would take a shot in celebration. So now that we've crossed it, I guess we'll take one just to start. But other than that, that is what we are funding for, is Break the Great Reset campaign. So yeah, check it out. Gonna put link in the chat there for you. And then we'll get started with the show.
Talk about last night what we did at LPF Con.
Oh yeah, so yesterday at LPF Con, we just showed up in the middle of the day there, but we saw our good friend Mark Dancer. He sells gold and silver and other precious metals through his business Taggart Trading, and then we saw some other friends like Josh and Robert and Ron, Tracy. Really cool to see them. Max Henry, really awesome. And then we all got to watch a comedy show together. And that was hosted by our friend Robert Vinson, and he opened up the show for Robert the Fire Bernstein, who is, if you don't know, Dave Smith on Part of the Problem podcast is his co-host. So yeah, it was really fun. It's a very adult-oriented, raunchy show. Definitely no PC-ness going on there. In fact, it was like complete opposite a PC. It was really fun. So yeah, that was last night. Also Mark cooked us some grass-fed organic beef steaks in the parking lot. That was really fun.
Cool. Yeah, I could show a picture from that actually.
Yeah, we can show a picture here. But yeah, it was good times. Good times.
Actually,
so got to see Maj Touré and meet him in person real quick.
Yeah, from the steaks. So we cooked the steak out in the parking lot.
Yeah. I could see me really enjoying. That's Mark.
Yeah, we kept it on a
yeah, Robbie was really
charcuterie
funny.
board, and then
yeah,
a little stove.
Yeah, a little butane stove. Yep. So yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, so that was LPF Con. We'll see what next year is like, especially considering it's a presidential election year for the federal government. So we'll see what's going on next year.
Yeah. We didn't stay long. We arrived at 3:30, and we were just mostly there just to see some people. Hey, we weren't tabling this year because we just had so much stuff that we had to do this year with all these projects and all stuff going on.
Yeah.
And on top of that, with the Voluntarist remasters in progress, I didn't want to table yet until those were all finished, because I want to table with the finished set. So next year I'll definitely do that. So
yeah, I think next year we're gonna have tons of tabling opportunities. We're thinking of going to Freedom Fest in Vegas next year. So yeah, we'll see how that all pans out. This year we have already a lot of events going on. We'll be going to Pork Fest in June, and that's going to be just a week of fun. My first ever Pork Fest event, so it'll be really cool to see. And apparently it's their 20th year anniversary. So I don't know what, bigger celebrations they're going to have just because it's their 20th. So excited for that in June. It's going to be a week of fun. And then, Tom Wood's house party. For those of you who are also supporting listeners, that's next weekend. So see some of you there. And then other than that, we're hosting our own event. We're going to have another pho events, this time with Lou Perez. He's a comedian. If you've never seen his stuff, he was a big producer on We the Internet TV back when that was going on. And now he's doing his own thing, doing his own comedy shows, has his own book out called The Death of Comedy. It's a really good book. You should, especially if you're really into the culture of comedy in America. It's a really good book to pick up and read. But yeah, we're going to see Lou Perez in September. We're flying him down for a gun range event. And it's going to be a really fun event. There's 3 different ticketed sections. So one is the comedy show itself. That's going to be an hour. And then will there be a photo shoot at the end as well for the comedy show?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'll be taking some pictures and stuff like that too at the, I guess you could say, comedy show portion. So, and also take some pictures of the range stuff too. But for the VIP, for the range event, I'll take some pictures in the background, and then I might take some pictures here and there in the VIP section too. But a focused picture thing is taking place at the comedy show portion. So
awesome. Yeah. So that's the event there. So you can get individual tickets. You can come to all 3. You can just go to 1. You could just go to 2 of the 3. But yeah, those are what we have going on. So check out that comedy show, the photo shoot. That'll be fun. And then the gun range. So try not to shoot Lou. That'll be fun. Bring your own guns and ammo. And then, VIP hang at the end. So it's going to be fun. See you in September if you're going to that. Exactly. Don't shoot Lou.
Yeah, don't shoot Lou.
Yeah.
There'll be a lot of comedy things related to the gun range. So
you might want to after you hear his comedy show. I'm just kidding.
Well, that's true. He has a lot of pressure. So
yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, let's get on with the monthly topic. So hope to see you at those events coming this year. So for this monthly show, like I said, our Patreons and Subscribe Star supporters helped us choose this topic. So we're going to be talking about how governments, aside from being a mafia in and of themselves, like a legalized mafia, government actually secretly collaborates with known mafias as well. So let's dig in through some history here. So we're going to start off with this article. All right. So revealed how the Navy made a secret deal with the mob to win World War II. So this was written in December of 2022. All right. So reading through here. All right. In the dark hours of June 13th, 1942, a German U-boat surfaced off the coast of Long Island. 4 saboteurs, under the leadership of one George Dash, buried explosives beneath the sands of a Magensett as part of an elaborate plan to blow up Astoria's Hellgate Bridge, along with chemical plants being used in the American war effort. Naval Intelligence Lieutenant General Charles Radcliffe, Haffenden, long name, had gotten word that 4 men had been spotted and sped out to Long Island's East End, but his investigation didn't follow standard military protocols. Haffenden stopped at Millie's Inn by Napeague Beach. How do you say that? Napeague?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Some Long Island beach. Okay. Napeague Beach for dinner with a few known organized crime associates. They were central to a top secret surveillance network he had created with the help of the mafia. The mob played a crucial secret role in World War II, using its power and control over New York City ports, dock workers, and fishermen to keep an eye out for U-boats and other suspicious characters. The mafia even employed its leverage to get the Navy inside an off-limits foreign consulate believed to have crucial information on the Nazis. The Navy realized that they did not have full security control over the port of New York. They couldn't get into the unions. They couldn't get next to the shopkeepers, the longshoremen. Nobody was talking to them. Matthew Black, author of Operation Underworld, How the Mafia and U.S. Government Teamed Up to Win World War II, out Tuesday, told the Post. The Navy was surprised to learn that not only would the Mafia be ready to help, but they would be happy to. Many of them were loyal. They loved the United States of America. In early 1942, months before the U-boat landed on Long Island, Haffenden concocted a top-secret plan to unofficially deputize a known enemy of the state to guard New York from the Nazis. I guess, is that this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Meyer Lansky was one of the bosses giving orders during military-sanctioned meetings behind bars. Okay. So through a series of lawyers, Haffenden organized a cloak and dagger midnight meeting at Riverside Park between Frank Sox Lanza, a.k.a. the czar of the Fulton Fish Market, who answered to the notorious Lucky Luciano, and a district attorney. Are those all like Italians? Okay.
Some of them are.
Luciano. Okay. Sox was a bona fide patriot who hated both Hitler and Benito Mussolini, so he was easily convinced to sign on. With his help, deep-water fishing captains who previously pretended to not know a word of English began singing to naval officials. Interesting. Within a short amount of time, you had America's fishing fleet as the first line of defense looking for the German U-boats, Black said. As the relationship progressed, the Navy was able to get access to more and more places on the waterfront. Contacts led out to Long Island and all over the East Coast, especially in New England. As helpful as Sox was in the war effort, there was still a great deal of ports and piers the mafioso didn't have leverage over. It was time for Operation Underworld to jump a pay grade as Sox recruited Luciano himself. There was just one problem. He was doing 30 to 50 years behind bars, and arranging a meeting with him was complicated. The Navy did not want the FBI to know about what they were doing, so they had to come up with all sorts of measures to transfer him to a different prison and make it look like it wasn't part of any kind of major deal. Luciano was kept in the dark for a lot of it, Black explained. So apparently that's Charles Lucky Luciano. Okay. Unlike Lanza, Luciano wasn't entirely operating as a bleeding heart patriot. He used the military strategy to run his empire from within the can, getting orders out to his major bosses, Meyer Lansky, Frank Costello, and Willie Moretti, during military-sanctioned meetings behind bars. He had 20-something visits with his bosses, Black said, so he's kind of using Operation Underworld to kind of further his criminal aims. A year after the Daesh affair, Operation Underworld evolved from port protection and espionage to helping Allied troops invade and occupy Sicily, Luciano's former home. It was a campaign codename Operation Husky. The United States was in a bad position to fight a war in Europe. All the maps, all the charts, all the data, all the intelligence that had been collected from World War I had been destroyed. So the objective shifted to finding information about Sicily. The Mafia was really helpful in developing contacts. People had been to Sicily recently who had worked in the harbors there, and they were able to bring this to naval intelligence. So in the end, mob contacts ended up instrumental to the first wave in the 1943 Sicilian invasion. New York mobsters acted as ambassadors of the armed forces to natives, including the local mafia, in efforts to show that the Americans were a friendly force during the occupation. The big objective was to get the Italians to turn on the Germans, and that's exactly what happened. The mafia was a true ally to the Allies in World War II.
All right. So basically,
there you go.
Yeah, as you can see, the government worked with the mafia for the purposes of World War II, and they also released Luciano. They actually sent him back to Italy in exchange for that. So what's interesting is the government's like, oh, okay, yeah, basically you can do what you want with your criminal stuff as long as you help us. So he was still like doing his criminal, work otherwise.
Right, making lots of connections, actually. It helped him.
And then letting him go at the end
business.
when he was going to, be behind bars for like 50 years. But it's, it's fascinating how the government basically is like, oh, okay, well, as long as you're our criminal, it's okay. Like,
it's a reminder that the government is not a moral agent. The government is comprised of people who are corruptible, right? Humans are corruptible, and the government is comprised of corruptible human beings. And in fact, usually attracts the most corrupt human beings. So that's a good example of that.
Yeah, so it's crazy because it's like it's just a reminder that like when people talk about justice and they talk about what the government does,
right?
Nothing is ever perfect or neat with what they're doing either. They make exceptions for when it's convenient for those in power to be like, oh, we want to maintain our power in this war, so we'll make deals with anybody as long as they want to work for us and do something. And I think a lot of fictional movies kind of play off that theme too. Like I think if you think like Suicide Squad and stuff, right? Like in other movies where it's like the government relies on people who are normally criminal or something like that. Like,
well, and in that movie, they're really violent criminals.
Okay,
like
right?
They're straight murderers.
Right. Well, Mafia had murderers too. So it's kind of funny how those fictions that you see in Hollywood sometimes actually are really portraying something that speaks to what government's done, which is work with bad guys. So long as, well, you're helping the government in power. So yeah, that's okay then. We'll excuse it and you can get out.
Yeah, exactly. And as Anarcharica said, the mafia worked with the mafia. Exactly. Basically. Just one's has a legalized monopoly. Yep.
Yeah. And also here, I think you should read this down below this little note here.
Oh yeah. Okay, so this is William B. Hurlins. He was a United States District Judge of the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York. He was instrumental in uncovering this information. He's the one who conducted an investigation that contained over 3,000 pages of testimony, but it had been classified for 25 years after, which renders it useless, Okay. He also had summarized his work into a 101-page report on Operation Underworld.
101-page report.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, like the information that was surrounding this specific operation, the secret government operation, was kept basically under wraps for quite a long time. And even though there was investigations into it while it was going on, it had ended up being sealed for over 25 years basically. And so people didn't find out about it until well after many of those people were dead.
There's a lot of government secrets. I mean,
oh yeah,
just since January when we started, when I went from monthly videos to monthly show, each of those topics talks about just that, how the government keeps things silent and suppresses information from the public. So whether it's like inventions or some other plan, everything's just hidden from the public.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of your videos cover that, right? All the different clandestine operations, MK Ultra, and Operation Mockingbird.
Yeah, supporting of Osama bin Laden in the Middle East.
Right, yeah, friends before enemies, exactly.
Yep.
So before we get to another segment, I do want to let me see.
Oh, shout out our Fiduces.
Shout out some Fiduces here.
Yes, let us do that. So
let's shout out a couple of first before we get to this big one, because we have a special thing we're going to do on screen.
Yes.
So hold on. Let me see here. I can find this. Okay. Going to. There we go. Okay. So we have up here, if I can actually get this to work. Oh.
Hey, all right. Suddenly back. Okay. Hey, all right, back. Thanks so much, everybody.
Thank you.
All right, that was a minute of being muted. All right,
so now
let's
I
go
gotta-
back. So let's go back to Beto de Strafa. All right, thanks so much, Gary, Philip, everybody. Sorry for the muting.
Okay, hold on. All right, I'm just gonna go back here for a second.
Okay,
let's start again because this is.
All right, we are gonna go from the top. We are going to shout out our producers.
All right, talk about something else right now. While I figure this out.
Okay. Well, yeah, so gonna talk about things at the LPF,
Too late. All right,
all right, too late. I stalled enough. All right, so Beto de Strafa. Thank you. And if you didn't hear me, Friday night is when we saw you again. Thanks for hanging out with us. He hung out for the whole like 2.5 hours and he said goodnight at the end. So I'm glad that we could be your entertainment for Friday night. And thanks for all the spoonfuls of horseradish and the bites of really hot chili peppers. Yeah, really spicy, cool. Well, thank you, Beethoven. And next is Crawford K. McDonald, another fiducer. He's been a very long time fiducer as well. One of the, I would say, OG fiducers up there with Zach Lukowski. So yeah, Crawford has been really awesome, long-time support. And so just thank you, Crawford, for your continued support every month and believing in me and Jack and what we do.
Okay. And now CJ Roasting.
Awesome. And last but not least, we have CJ Roasting. That is cjroasting.com. It's where you can find organic fair trade coffee. And I actually got some. There's a code that you can use for me if you want to get a 10% discount off everything bundles. It's just FA-2022 is the code. And I wanted to show off my bundle that I got. So this came to me in this custom bag. What's the material? Waffle?
It feels like a potato sack material.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, yeah. So feels very like organic. All right. So yeah, cjroasting.com.
Yeah, it's a special bag. Not everybody would get that necessarily. So.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's for sale. All right. Well, I got the Asian bundle for some reason. No, I'm just kidding. But I thought it'd be cool. This smells really good. It's like really fragrant right off the bat. And let me zoom in for you here. So this one is Java Dutch Estate. These are whole beans. So everything sold. It's kind of like Starbucks in the original days. They only sold whole coffee beans. And we're actually going, burlap, exactly. And we're actually going to be grinding these today. So this one is Java Dutch Estate. We have one called Vietnam. So that's going to be cool. Also medium dark, whole beans. Taste note, chocolate cream, honey, toffee. Oh, cool. See, the other one had this taste, Java Dutch Estate. Heavy body, fruity, cinnamon, and clove. Oh, cool. All right. And then the last thing of the bundle was Bali Blue Moon. So there you go here. All right, other camera. So yeah, whole beans as well. So see, it's packed fresh. Note of vanilla, dried red apple, and clove. Oh, all right. Well,
so you're gonna grind it.
The one I want to do is the Bali Blue Moon. So I really like vanilla, and just got this grinder for it for some whole beans. It's a Black & Decker, probably made in China. You know how it goes. All right. Just got to stock up on your silver and gold before the Chinese government takes it all. Okay, so yeah, we're going to plug this in. And I'm going to grind some coffee beans. All right.
Do you need help plugging it in?
Let me take off my headphones. All right. Okay, so.
Oh, is the plug back there?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so there is a plug behind. I wasn't sure if there's a plug behind, but apparently there is.
Yeah. Good room setup.
Yeah. Yeah, the coffees do sound pretty cool. So, we obviously got the Asian bundle. And there's other choices too. It's not the
Are there European bundles or
I don't
African bundles?
It smells
or
good, though.
Latin American? Because that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Right.
So we'll tell you how it tastes.
This grinder has been cleaned by me, so it's free of metals. Okay. Take this off. See, it's totally empty. I'm gonna open this here. All right. Just gonna take this off. Cool. Nice. Feels so good. Okay. Just gonna open this and break the seal. Oh, never mind. There was no seal. It's ready to go. All right. You can see the beans there. Cool. All right. Pour some in here. You can see that. I don't think you need that much. Like, probably that's enough.
I have no idea. This is the first time using it, so you'll find out what happens.
Yeah. Oh, great. Thanks for zooming in. Oh, this is so good. See, custom Joe roasting. I feel like I'm on H. All right. See, all right, got some coffee. Okay, we're gonna cover this up here. All right. Grinding pretty fine here.
It looks like we're on like the Home Shopping Network or something right now.
It really feels
like
oh,
okay, here's the next thing you need to buy the Home Shopping.
Yeah, 5 monthly payments of $99.99.
Well, these 3 coffees together were only $30 and that's for all 3 bags.
Oh, really? So $10 a bag?
And there was so $10 a bag, and then there was $16 for shipping.
Cool. So this is
And it was sent priority mail too in a box, so it's in a nice hard box, and it was, oh, well, that's really well ground. Careful though, we definitely don't want that everywhere.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna unplug this and move this to the kitchen.
Okay.
All right. So thank you so much, CJ Roasting. They smell really good, and we'll definitely tell you how they taste. Have that tomorrow morning.
Oh. Yeah. Well, unless you want to brew it now.
You want me to brew it now? I could.
Yeah. What would you brew it in?
Oh, or French press.
French press. Okay. You could.
Okay.
All right. So yes, that was fun. So in any case, while she's figuring out where she's gonna brew it in, I'll talk a little bit more.
I can put this away.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Okay. About what's going on with the campaign, stuff like that since yesterday.
Yeah.
Or what's that? Yes, no, since Friday.
Right. Friday night.
Okay. Let's see here if I can actually just. There we go.
All right.
Let me pull this up for y'all real quick. So on the campaign, just because I want to share this, we made it to the 5K mark, which is pretty awesome because 5K was kind of our minimum for being able to do a good enough job, as you saw with Anti-State. So in order to make a music video production, okay, there we go. We need to be able to get basically the videographer and the right equipment and some props and some costuming stuff. So we wouldn't be able to afford to do all that without your support. So thank you so much for getting us to there. And the halfway mark gets us to that minimum. So the 5,000 mark is where we have enough for the minimum needed for basically getting the videographer, getting bare minimum props and like costuming and stuff like that. So at this point, the further support that we go gives us more opportunities for different types of props or gags and stuff like that. And of course, if we get really high, then it would be extra actors and special scenes. So for right now, we have exactly what we need for the basics, just like we had with Anti-State. And as you saw with that music video, that had some really high quality visuals in terms of the actual shooting and editing. And we have that listed down here on the campaign. I'm going to just turn off the music to itself, but just for the sake of like looking at the visuals, you can kind of see there how the visuals themselves are pretty high quality. And you use the environment, and we had excellent post editing work because it was shot in S-Log. So everything was basically shot in RAW, and we were able to have that really nice color grading and special effects and other stuff like that afterwards. So we're definitely going to be able to have that for this next shoot. But it's just a matter now of how far we can get with adding in more potential props and then ultimately more actors and stuff like that. So we have enough for the basics, but of course, as always, we'd love to go above and beyond and get all the way to the top. So, all right. So what'd you do with the coffee stuff?
So now I am boiling water, and I put all those ground coffee beans at the bottom of a French press. So I just need to, fill it with hot water and press it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So exciting.
That's kind of funny story too with the French press, because it was like one day she's like, "Oh, we really need to get a French press." I'm like, "Why?" And then she's like, "Because it's just it's clean, it's easy." I'm like,
right, you can clean all the parts.
I'm like,
it's not like compared to a big coffee machine,
right? I'm like, yeah, I like the convenience of it. And then one day she just opens up one of our cabinets and she's like, "Oh, we already have one." I'm like, yeah. So we had a French press actually sitting around, just not being used. We didn't even know. I made
bougie.
Yeah, it's like
it's from a wedding.
$15, like
probably a wedding gift.
Yeah. So I think it was actually a wedding gift that we just set in in the cabinet and forgot about. And then she's like, thinking about like going and buying another one. Then all of a sudden you have. I don't know if you ever had that experience where you're like, you think you need something and then like you forgot you actually had it and you bought it like a year ago or 2 years ago. Yeah, it's just sitting somewhere and you forgot you got it as a gift, like a Christmas or something. You're like, oh, okay,
that was nice. I didn't buy anything, so no waste of money there.
Yeah, definitely no waste of money there.
Yeah, very awesome. They are great. Yeah, and it reminds me of just like the coffee my grandma would make when I was a kid. Like if you have it's like a little metal cup basically, and if you order like coffee at a Vietnamese restaurant, it's called Vietnamese coffee. I mean, pretty basic. But usually it's served with like condensed milk. I can't have that anymore, but it's really good. And they just use a simple dripper, and it's just like a French press where you press down all the ground beans and you put hot water at the top, and it just drips down. So it's like Vietnamese drip coffee. But yeah, so it reminds me of that. This is not exactly the same with the French press, but yeah, some French tones. There was a lot of French culture influence with the Vietnamese. Hence how you have banh mi, which is basically just French bread and then like different kinds of meat and veggies and stuff like that. So the more you know.
The more you know.
Yeah.
But you weren't always a coffee drinker, really.
No. Well, I mean, I would have like the loaded up with sugar Starbucks Frappuccinos. So it's like, mostly just ice, mostly just sugar, barely any coffee. So yeah, I really wasn't a coffee drinker until I met Jack. And especially when we went to New York where we shot the Anti-State music video, it was so fun having coffee and bagels in New York and living that sort of life where it's like, oh, it's so cold outside, but might as well get a cup of coffee to warm you up. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I like coffee, it wakes you up. I just can't have too much or I'll get like heart palpitations. That's not good. Like when your heart just feels like it's like fluttering too fast. Yeah. So anyway, I just have a little bit of coffee in the morning and it's great. Sets me up for the day. So I'm really excited to try the CJ Roasting coffee here. So I really appreciate how much CJ Roasting has supported The Philosopher in our show and volunteers the comic series, different things, our music videos. CJ Roasting, if you may have remember him, he was the executive producer producer, since it's not The Philosopher, for the Anti-State music video. So CJ, really awesome. Really appreciate you and everything you do. And it was a pleasure to meet you in Washington State with your wife. That was fun.
And his name's not CJ, it's Kirk, but just CJ as in the brand.
Or I like to call him Liberty Trump, but that's its own story.
Not because he is Trump, but just because he has a little hair flare that looks a little bit like
I mean, he's a big European guy with a big personality, and really cool. And I say liberty because he's actually very principled libertarian. So /ANCAP. But yeah, so thank you, CJ. Let you know. I think the water is almost boiling, so I'll actually get that going.
Awesome. And then we'll taste the coffee. We'll see how it tastes while we do our meme segment. So it'll be the best combination to have a little bit of that while looking at some ridiculous memes. Any other fun news the other night? So the people, besides some friends who we see often who are at the show, besides I think she mentioned Robbie the Fire. I think she said Maj. Oh, Spike wasn't there in person, so Spike Cohen wasn't physically there. He was only there in spirit through remote videoing Ed. Trying to think who else was there. What's that? Yeah. We saw Maj real quick. He was speaking, but we only just quickly interacted. And who else? What am I missing? I have to go look at the list. But yeah, in any case, good times. Hopefully, more good times to be had soon. Now, here's another interesting random fact. We might be, I don't want to, put the cart before the horse. We might be performing at PorkFest 20. So we've been in the talks about it. We'll see what goes down with it. But right now we're at the stage where it seems like they're thinking possibly on the Tuesday when PorkFest is going. And then we might do at this point, potentially a 30-minute set. So we'd end up doing at least a few songs, maybe even a new song. We'll see. I'm not sure if we have time to record another song between now. And then just because, of all the events that we have, if we did record another song, which we do have another song actually already written and pretty much ready to go, we'd have to do it in May though. So it would be tight with everything else, going on. But I don't know if you think that we should do another song before PorkFest and do it there, let us know in the comments. If you're going to go to PorkFest 2, let us know in the comments. But it is tempting. It is tempting to do another song and then have that kind of be an extra big premiere at PorkFest.
Oh yeah, French press.
Okay. What are you gonna put in yours? Oh, are you just gonna have the coffee raw, or what? Are you gonna put?
Oh, I'm
milk?
putting whole milk.
Whole milk. Oh, okay.
The lactose-free.
I'll do my chocolate banana milk.
Okay, yeah.
That'll work. So, yeah, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted because when we came back from the event last night, we left at 11, and took a few hours to get back. So it was very tiring. They were up late talking and stuff, and just been recovering from all the fun we were having this past weekend.
Yeah, I learned that whiskey is too strong for me.
She said that whiskey's too strong for her because she had a bit of whiskey thanks to Max Henry. He hooked us up with some good whiskey. We also got these delicious rummy gummies.
Less government, more coffee. We should have one that
for our
says
friend
coffee.
Richard Perez, which were awesome.
And mine is just a AK and cap anarchy symbol. Hey, all right,
Cool.
Let's try some.
All right, so here we go. This is the Custom Joe roasting. We're going live.
Cheers, CJ. Oh, that's good.
You like it?
I like it.
Which one is this?
This is the Bali.
It's extremely flavorful for sure. It's
Bali Blue Moon. Yeah.
It definitely.
It says note of vanilla, dried red apple, and clove. I don't know if you
it's got
taste that.
Yeah, it's got a tight, little bit of slight bitterness, but almost dark chocolatey bitterness almost to it. So that's good. It definitely isn't plain. It's very flavorful for sure. So cool. All right.
So yeah, thank you, CJ.
So it is legit. CJ roast.
Oh, are we gonna take a shot just celebrating that we passed the 5K mark?
I don't want to drink. Yeah, we've had too much now. So
we're good.
And that was actually I wanted to say that was
part of the show.
That was a part of the show the other night. It was not a promise. If we hit 5K, it was if we hit it during that stream, and we didn't. So at least not live in that time. So.
Fair, very
fair. All right, so now you have some coffee to sip on. We can relax and finally.
Ooh, we're gonna go into some funny memes.
Enjoy some memes, yeah. So
all right.
Let's see what we
some
got.
phony memes on this Sunday.
Some phony memes. Oh, we even got a new backer too.
Oh wow, we got a new
right.
backer.
Sweet.
Okay. Cheers. Thank
Cheers
you.
to that.
It isn't like Friday night where we were rolling, spinning the wheel and hitting on horseradish or peppers.
Between, all right. So
I think
that's why we're toasted, because it's like between Friday night and Saturday night. Friday night we're up super late. We had so many hot sauce so many hot peppers. It was insane. Like we
streamed for like 2.5 hours.
There was a lot going on through my body.
Yeah, and for the whole 2.5, we were eating peppers and horseradish throughout it.
Yeah, my body's taking a beating.
Yeah, especially our tummies.
Yeah,
but hopefully that capsaicin helped. Helped with the.
Okay, let's see if I can get this into focus.
All right, going through some funny memes. All right. The older I get, the more I wonder what Kevin's dad did for a living to afford this house and a vacation to Paris for 9 people. What's funny? Is this from
Home Alone?
Home Alone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I always thought that too growing up, honestly. Like every time I watched Home Alone, I'd be like, dang, like what does he do? Is he like, I'd always would be calculating in my head, is he like a president of some company? Is he like vice president? Like is he going to the city? Like what's going on?
That's funny.
I'm like, dang, dude. That's huge.
I'm glad you said Home Alone. It said Kevin, so I was like, oh, okay. All right. Oh, okay. This is one I posted if you haven't seen it. So a werewolf or a werewolf, guy wearing a werewolf. Okay, a werewolf, haha, or a werewolf that understands that taxation is theft. That's one woke wolf. that went pretty far. That was funny. Saw that around. All right. Guys will literally build an igloo for sniping instead of going to therapy. Oh, that's so cool, though. Look at his gold shoes. Wow.
That is pretty cool. I don't blame him one bit. That looks a lot better than therapy.
Huh, but why is his guns wrapped? Are they wrapped in cloth to keep it from the snow? Or?
I think it's probably part of the camouflage because that way it doesn't stick out. Yeah. Yeah.
Neat.
So that's what happens when you don't go to therapy and you learn more about guns. You know about the camouflage.
And you're in Alaska. Got it. All right, this meme. You're such a dumb animal. Duh, duh, duh. You pay 30% of your income to stay out of prison. Yeah, exactly. Well, in the US, it's effectively 50%, technically, if you include sales taxes, regulations, driver's licenses, whatever fees and things, registration fees you got to get. That's funny one. I've seen that before. Oh, this one. Okay, sophisticated adults. And here is my DVD library. Today's mixed up teens. But I just stream movies. What the heck? Empty-handed.
This is like the most like boomer meme ever.
Yeah, what? Okay.
It's like,
is it just like boomers making fun of millennials?
Is it like a Gen X boomer or a millennial boomer making fun
Why
of
is Lady Liberty eating popcorn nervously? Who made this? Kelly? Who's Kelly?
I don't know. Somebody who.
Okay. All right. So, Doc, you're saying I should touch myself whenever I feel like it? No, Glenn. I said you could have a stroke at any time. That's a good dad joke. See a dad? Is Glenn a dad? You should be one of those dad jokes. Okay. Or he's dumb. Okay. All right. Huh? Superman holding on. Was that Batman Thanos? Or is that just Batman? Okay. How did you get this strong, Batman? Bam. Who's Batman? Oh, it's One Punch Man. That's funny.
So that makes sense.
That's funny. That's good. Please, if those that know One Punch. Okay, when you know the scooter at Walmart is about to be putting in some work. All right, pulling up to the disabled parking like skirt. Okay. Wow. There's one thing about loving the skin you're in, but there's another of like acknowledging reality that look, you're gonna have some heart problems if you don't lose some weight and change your diet. Okay,
they're quadruple boosted though, so it's okay.
I guess so. I guess the quadruple mRNA vax.
I want the CJ Roasting's waking me up. That's
good, right?
There we go. It's waking me up. There we go.
And the French press, that was our first use of the French press in the grinder. So, oh, okay.
That's the only grinder app I use.
That's right. Same. When you thought you had one last piece of jerky, but you pulled this thing out instead. Oh,
that is honestly like the worst.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the government needs to make a law against that. Like you're not allowed to put in freshener packets in jerky because of all the people who are now confused about thinking they have one more piece of jerky.
Right. That's with me a lot. And then you go to bed. I'm saying. Just go to Whole Foods. Okay. Just kidding. Go to your local farmer store. Okay. You boys want Bud right? Drinky, $5. What do you mean $5? That is literally incorrect. She literally in the movie goes Dara. Anyway, me rub you wrong time. Okay.
You finally saw that movie for the first time. You never had seen it
before.
I
was like, oh, that's the scene that Two Live Crew put into their song.
Yeah.
Me love you long time. Okay, anyway.
Yeah,
so
either
facing
way,
censorship in the 90s.
It's like the people who know that reference, whether you know it first from Two Live Crew.
Yeah, or if you know it from the actual movie.
Yeah, or what's its
the name of the movie.
I've seen the cover in my head. Hold on, I'm almost there. Oh my gosh.
Someone in the comment might know.
No, I could see the cover because it's the helmet. Full Metal Jacket.
Oh.
There we go. Sorry, I just had to.
I am. Okay.
I had to bring up the movie in my head using that like the boomer meme where they have the library of DVDs and laser discs. I had to go through my library in my head and like, okay, what's that movie? I pulled it out eventually.
That's funny. You boys want right? Oh my god. Okay, Yar, you be ruining me childhood. All right, that's literally like her parents. But I like the chipmunk at the bottom right. That's AOC. She's like, look for the Easter egg. Gosh, so silly.
I like that she got an award at that. Whatever, I don't know what the exact thing was. It was a bunch of actors.
She got an award.
Yeah, was it? An
actors?
The Emmys?
Guild?
I don't know. But at some actors thing, she got an award, and I was like, this actually finally makes sense. She is a great actress. So I thought she deserved that.
So didn't Zelensky of Ukraine, the president of Ukraine, didn't he also get an award for some acting thing too?
I don't know. He was naked for some acting.
I remember he was on the cover of Vogue.
Yeah.
Which is like, I'm in the middle of war. Let's take these beautiful Vogue photos with my wife in the middle of a dangerous war. Give me more money. Give me more money, U.S. taxpayers.
Wow.
God.
Yeah. Go figure.
Wow. Just a show. Okay. When your cat discovers just how many pictures you have of him, obsessed with me, I see, as they should be. Gosh, cats. Did you know cats release chemicals in their poop that make you want to love them? Yeah.
Is it chemicals or is it little creatures? Like,
is it parasites? It's parasites. Oh, even worse.
Yeah.
All right. Big is beautiful. Please don't body shame. You own a gun. What the fuck is wrong with your baby? That's so funny and true. I mean, like, literally, those same people are like, hey, be whatever you want. Pre-op trans, you're a woman. You still got a dingle dangle, but you want to call yourself a girl. Feel free. But hey, you own a gun, you must have small pee-pee. Like, it's just so stupid.
Small pee.
Okay. Them. What do you do for a living? Me. God's work. Them. Oh, you're a minister? Me. Not quite. Destroying all the surveillance cameras. Nice. Is that from Hong Kong protest or?
I don't think so. Just his build makes you think he's Irish.
All right. He's on God's plan, that guy right there. Okay. What is this? Destructo? What's his name again?
Skeletor.
Oh, Skeletor. Right. It would seem that the only secured document in DC is Epstein's client list. God, they spelled it wrong. So annoying.
Epstein's, actually. Epstein's.
Well, it's I before E, except after C, and except after, in Jewish names. Okay. Epstein's client list. Until we meet again. Bye. Okay. Skeletor. I called him Destructor.
Destructor.
Okay. This Bible verse always keeps me going. Lunch 11:35. That's funny.
I mean, do you agree?
And God said, "Thou must have at least 3 whole meals." And he's British. Okay. This coffee is really good. All right.
Real
when you
good.
open the door for the pizza man on 420, here's your pizza.
I think we could remix this one.
Is that a firefighter?
It definitely is.
Oh, okay.
That one could also be remixed into when the delivery guy or the Uber delivery guy gets a call to the Libertarian Convention.
Yeah, that's so true.
Like when you open the door to the Libertarian Convention conference for the Uber delivery.
Yeah,
Uber
that
Eats.
was funny. That was definitely part of the stand-up show last night. Yeah. And Arcarica likes my name, Destructo. All right.
Destructo.
Okay, this guy. Me pooping in a 130-degree porta-john. Okay. Reading the effed up shit on the walls. That's funny.
That sweat.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Right, the
There's
ones
probably,
that are like, there's like penises on it. Or like...
One of those spitting dinosaurs outside too. From Jurassic Park.
Oh. All right. 30-minute Zoom class. 4-hour video chronicling the downfall of an asshole YouTuber.
So true.
That's funny. Hey, self-directed learning, right? It's about like, what are you interested in? Oh, of coerced, forced class? Even if 30 minutes, even if 5, because you're being forced. Oh, but something you choose, yeah, you bet you're going to dedicate your life to that. Something you're actually interested in. All right, well, is that at the end of the phony memes?
Definitely not.
Oh, there's more. There's more phony memes. All right. Okay, this is testicular injuries in women's sports. Okay, so 1900s, like 0, 1920, 0, 1940, 1960. Oh, 2000. That's when things started to change. And now women have testicles. I like to call them whammon. Whammon have. Oh my God.
So this was just too real.
You know, where are all the like women who transition to men winning all the men's sports? You don't see it. You don't see it. I mean, how is that not an example for you that literally there is a difference between men and women for the, you know what I mean? Like when it comes to strength, whatever.
I wonder too if we
2
would
+ 2 is 4.
ever
Everybody.
see this one on like an ACT. You know what I mean? Like next year's ACT or SAT, like science section, like comes out with a new injury chart. It's like there's been a sudden increase.
It's gonna be like on the next science SAT test for these public school kids. It's gonna be like, how would you define a woman? A woman. A, someone who has a vagina and can have babies. B, someone who has a vagina and can have babies, or has penis and balls, but identifies as a woman. You know what I mean? See?
All the above.
So
and that's the trick.
That is, it's like a trick question. It's horrible. All right. Taxation is theft, everybody. Okay. Take your kids out of public school, please, for the love of God. All right. This is John Wick, which we did watch John Wick 4. That was with my sister. She's so awesome. She like bought us tickets and we went to this like really cool theater with like where you can get served. Chairs. Yeah, you have like you can lay out and it's like couple, you know, sections. Yeah, cool stuff.
Would you recommend John Wick 4?
I mean, if you're really into gunfights, heck yeah. I mean, like most of the movie, okay, I would say like 90% of the movie is like action, and then like 10% is Keanu Reeves going, oh, no, my wife. Okay, I don't know, but it's just really basic lines that Keanu
That's
had.
what you watch it for, is to watch Keanu basically destroy people using really great guns and really souped up pieces.
Right. So yeah, John Wick. I did something robust, precise, and then it's all these Nintendo shooting games.
That's like it's classic.
That's cool. That's cool.
I love Duck Hunt.
Oh, Duck Hunt was so fun. That was my
best,
favorite. All right, the fresh veggies I just bought, seeing the old veggies in my fridge. They're never gonna eat us. It's so funny.
Literally. That's why I had to throw away the peppers that we didn't eat, because it was like we had a couple peppers left. Like, oh, these are just gonna sit there and die.
Yeah, I've come to find that like when it comes to cooking, like most of what I want to eat is meat anyway. And like for vegetables, it's just like a little flavoring, you know, a little side of this or that, but it's not the main meal. You definitely need all that chicken and steak, and beef. All right. McDonald's. When I was young, I was poor. But after years of struggle, I'm no longer young. What? Okay, wait. So he goes to McDonald's as well. So when I was young, I was poor. Okay. Oh, he's still poor. I get it. That took me a while. It took me a long time. Guess I need some more coffee.
It's been a long weekend.
Okay. Oh, this guy. He's like this. Isn't this an adult midget?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But he looks like a child. Okay.
Mhm.
When your homie invites you to a full kit range day and pulls up to the ATF field office saying, "Remember what they took from us." That's funny. Uh-oh.
You know, that's a good one. You're like, sips coffee.
It's good coffee, CJ. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Is that Vin Diesel? What the heck? Is that Filipino Vin Diesel? Okay. Cashier at the taco shop. I hope all this food isn't just for you. Me. It's for my family. That's like me when I go to the taco shop. Like 5 tacos. Oh, you get this for your family? No.
5 tacos.
For me.
We 10 tacos.
Yeah, true. 10 tacos.
We're 10 taco kind of
God, when you find good street tacos with just good beef steak and some cilantro and onions, oh, so good. That lime and sauce. Okay, when your coworker comes back after passing his surprise drug test, I thought I'd last you, boy. Okay, so funny. That's hilarious. That's good. Good
That's a really good one.
coworker.
That's really good. I thought I lost you, boy.
That's funny.
Oh.
That's really funny. That's funny memes.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to deal with that, like, because I'm my own boss, you know, so I don't have any drug. Last time
Dude,
I got
my
drug
last
tested
drug
was,
test was like 10 years ago.
yeah, knock on wood, right? Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, I haven't had to be drug tested since I.
They'll find all the caffeine I drink.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, you have so much caffeine in you. Too much caffeine.
Just caffeine, a trace of meth.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Dude, meth is horrible for you. Don't do meth.
Don't do
kids.
meth. That's not a good idea. That's a bad idea.
That's how you lose your teeth.
Meth is not.
Okay. Me, it's medicinal cop. First of all, that's a prostitute. Me, it's my emotional support hooker. Sex between consensual adults is a victimless crime. All right.
These are all victimless crimes, the drugs and then the hookers.
It is. Okay. Next. Is this literally a screenshot from Fox? Okay. Hose sales declined in April. What? Just like some person coming out of their house. Okay. Dang, those wholesales be going down. People don't need those hoes no more. Right? With wholeflation, good girls are becoming. I saw that in a meme.
It's true.
Good girls are becoming expensive.
Well, and the economics of it now with OnlyFans, it's like, you know, people are just not willing to pay what they used to for, you know, anything. You know, it's just like, you know.
No, you can get hoes anywhere.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's like, you know,
swipe right, swipe left. Get you a hoe.
Stroke
there,
up, stroke down.
But where are the good men and women? Now that's rare.
Do you think there's more good men or good women out there?
I don't know, dude. That's hard. I have no idea. When it comes to, okay, I would say there are more good men posting online.
So what makes a good man?
I think a good man is someone who really values principles and wants principles to be applied universally and consistently, and they value things such as honesty, and commitment and truth. And I would say, yeah, that's probably good man for me. Someone who's really cares about other people and is compassionate and really cares about the truth over falsehood.
Is that Joe Biden?
No,
he
really doesn't care about the truth over falsehood. That guy lies all the time. That guy's like a freaking liar.
He's sniffing everybody.
No,
he's
no,
like,
no.
I sniff you, you sniff me. That's my principle.
Lying politician. No. But yeah, that.
So you think there's more guys out there that are principled than women? That's it. Like the just guy.
No. I said posting publicly online, and that could just be my bias of being in libertarian, anarchist, volunteers, whatever circles.
It's just more visible to see like girls who are hoeing, like because it's like guys that are hoeing. I don't know, like if a guy's hoeing,
good girls tend to not be posting so publicly.
Yeah,
but that's just it could just be my own bias. But from what I've seen online, it's like,
are they too busy raising chickens or something?
Children, busy raising children, taking care of their home, like instilling values into their children, nurturing them, loving on them, helping them through whatever conflicts come up. Like, mommy, I can't handle this issue.
Is that what the kid does? He's like, mommy, I can't handle this
once
issue.
They learn language,
help.
Yes.
Please.
Like usually before language, they just cry. It's up to the parents to help them figure out what's going on and help them regulate their emotions. So I don't know. At least from what I've seen, the what I would consider a good woman, they're not posting publicly, or they're too busy. They're too busy raising their kids. So
yeah, what are the guys doing then? If they're the good guys with the good girls, what are they busy doing?
Partially raising their children, but
good guys don't raise their kids as much.
Well, I mean, they do, but it just depends. It depends on the couple. Like, some it's more equal where they're both raising their kids, but they're both working as well. Some it's the woman's primarily taking care of their kids, and the man's working like multiple jobs. Met a lot of Liberty friends like that where they're off grid or something, but the husband is working like three or four jobs. He's working on the weekends, Sunday through Saturday, like 7 days a week. But then it allows their wife or whatever raise their kids and cook food, take care of the house and everything. But yeah, it just depends. It depends. There's all kinds of couples. I've seen some that do business together. And they share in parenting. So it just depends on the household that I've seen.
But don't you think at this point though, like, women really need to be out in the workforce and, giving guys a break because guys have been working for so long. So guys need
because I'm not a collectivist. So I don't see men as one monolith
and play some video games.
Shared history. No.
Maybe play Call of Duty or buy an old Xbox and play Halo. They got a chance. No,
I think men should all cut off their penises and become women. Yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need in the world.
Well, I think that's part of the
more
reason
hormonal women. That's what we need. Just really emotionally distraught women. We need more people on estrogen. More people with mood swings. That's what the world needs. More triggering. We need more triggers.
Well, I think that's why like the more popular thing is like for guys to become girls, because it's like when a guy tries to be more feminine, it's easier to get attention and excuses that way. Because if you're more girly, there's kind of like, in my view, a more cultural acceptance of girls just being taken care of or pampered and being given attention for simply being beautiful.
Yep, that's true. That is the culture in America.
So look
at all these Disney movies with princesses, right? A whole generation raised on this idea of like, oh, you're a princess? Okay, that means you don't have to do anything. You just got to be pretty.
You don't have to cook. You don't have to clean. You just got to know how to twerk.
You just got to know how to get that ring.
Every Friday.
I'm just kidding.
Jeez. Yeah, but I do think that there's a big drive to that because, again, I think that's what happens. I think there might even be some telling of that of kids who are themselves, if they came from a tough home life situation, because of what you can do with avatars and simulation, whether it's video games or like Second Life or VR chat or whatever, you know, whatever type of format you can pick. You can simulate now as a young person being a girl by taking on girly avatars or lolly avatars or anime stuff. And all of a sudden these like teenagers who like were struggling and stuff like that, like they pretend online to be someone. They're like, oh, I get all this attention now because I look at, you know, I look this way. I have this, you know, certain profile picture, I have this certain avatar.
When you're so deprived of attention, I mean, any attention
and
feels good.
I think there's a driving force with that once you see it, like you, oh, I get this attention for looking this way in a virtual environment or, you know, in a, you know, farcical environment, then it drives that, right? Like if you think, oh, well, as a guy, no one's going to give me the time of day. As a guy, everyone expects me to be emotionally stoic and tough and hardworking. But if I can somehow like be a girl, well, now I can have it easy and I can just be pampered, taken care of, and emotionally mirrored in a way that, you know, they didn't get. I think I've, you know, seen that quite a bit from just looking at these situations. With young people like gravitating in that direction where it's like, how, you know, it's a question of how do you get tunneled into that idea of like, oh, I want to go in that direction. I think that is probably a part of that is recognizing the attention that's gotten from it, and then being like, oh, well, let me keep going. Maybe do this in real life, and who knows, you know?
So. No, I definitely think culture wise, that's why you see so many more public, you know, documentations of a man saying, I'm going to go become a woman now and, you know, cut off my whatever and, you know,
or
take these. Or just tuck and then like do a lot of squats at the gym and then do a chest job. Like actually it's really common for men to not fully transition and to keep their penis and stay men, but then just do their top, and then the rest of their face looks completely like womanly. So they adopt the womanly figure, just keeping their genitalia. So I've seen that a lot, but there's so many more public displays of men like trying to be more feminine than there is of women trying to be more manly. Like, I mean, across the board, at least in America, you mostly see, you know, like drag queens, right? Like people coming out and be like, oh, like people say, oh, like corporate media be like, oh, you're so brave and beautiful just because like, you know, you just dress like a girl now. Okay. Suddenly you're brave and you have, you did stuff for humanity. What? Right? Like what?
Right. Because that's a good point. Like you don't see the showcases for like the really butch types.
Right.
It's not, you're not going to be like,
go, oh, so brave and beautiful.
Here's the gruff, rough, like half scratchy beard. Cause you know, on HRT or whatever. And like, it's not quite as alluring. They don't want that patriarchal feel.
And they're not winning men's competitions, right? There's no woman who became a man and then she like destroys all the competition and existing male competitors. No.
Right.
But in the complete opposite, you see men, Leah Thomas or whatever, the swimmer, like
a swimmer.
Yeah, who still has a penis.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a man. That's a man. That's not even like a man who sterilize himself, you know, like by cutting and mutilating himself, like and really not being a man. Like there you go. And you see across the board all these men beating women in women's sports, you know. It's just it's crazy. It's very crazy.
It's crazy.
And you know what we need? We need like as an antidote, like competition. And be like, okay, screw these public schools and the stupid competitions for sports that they do. How about we just hold our own sports competitions, you know, and women and men's teams?
I just want to, like, honestly, I want to see in the NFL them intentionally put someone in there who, like, would not, you know, cut it kind of thing. Like, just someone
like a woman who became a man.
And then just, like, completely destroy that person, like, in half. Like, they just sort of, like, rip it in half. And they're like, oh, my God. Like,
in fact, what would be a great experiment is you take me, a 5-foot woman, and I should literally, like, try to like play basketball or something, you know, like what is it, the Lakers or I don't know, Gonzaga University. I don't know what basketball people play these days, but I should just try, you know, and I should be like, I'm a man, and then I should just tie my hair and like draw on a little mustache, and that's it, and then just be like, I'm a man, and you're a bigot, if you don't see me as that.
You should identify as an NBA player, and then you could really rake it. All right, so here's the next. meme.
Next meme. What the heck? Okay. Quote: adopt, don't shop. Meanwhile, on dog shifter websites, this is Piss Figures. She is 19 years old and can't live in a home with children, books, or electricity. So, okay, Piss Figures is nervous around hair and needs 400 acres of land and orchard of extinct fruits. Gosh. Oh, that's a sad. Gosh, is that just
someone's gonna love this dog anyway for some reason?
Jesus,
yes.
That can't be a real dog.
It looks real.
It looks like a mummified
but I'm not sure
dog.
if it's alive.
Oh.
That's the tough part. It looks real in some ways, but I'm not sure that it's living.
Sometimes memes pop up and I'm like, God, I just really want to know the background context, but it's like so, it's been shared gajillion times. No one's gonna tell you. All right. When you're in England and want a butter knife with your dinner application form. Yeah. Dear government, I would like to slice my own butter tonight. I'm having guests over for dinner. Please. We're so polite.
So true.
I remember seeing, that reminds me, like the British, like I saw this, it was like the British people are so nice, and it was like this guy in a crowd of activists, and then he had a sign. Mm-hmm. And he was next to a police officer, and the sign said, I quite like the police. I'm just really against, the lockdowns or something like that. It was like, gosh, British people are so polite, even when they're like activists. Right. They're like, I quite like the police. So funny.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What is enslaved?
Yep.
Basically.
Politeness and tyranny. Okay. I want to park my 8 feet of meat made with 100% American beef and pork. Ew. In your sushi garage. Oh, it's a libertarian guys with Asian wives means. Of course.
Of course.
So yeah, that's what
you can say.
That's how Jack says hello to me. Okay. Invisible turkey wraps. Okay. What a weird Eric. Okay. Just found out Grindr isn't an app for upcoming hustlers. That's so funny, right? We're like, oh, I'm getting on Grindr. We're gonna be grinding. See my fellow people grinding out here. Oh, that's not the grinding I was hoping for. Okay. I also just realized in my bio I put, I'm young, hungry, and tired of being at the bottom. Right? That's so good. Is that all like for real? Either way, it's funny.
It's the internet. Of course it's for real. I'm not sure if this person's being for real, but good. I'm sure someone did it.
That's hilarious. Tired of being a power bottom. Okay, teacher, please grade each other's work. Me and the boys. Everyone gets medals. Where's this? Like
North Korea, probably. North Korea. They have ill-fitted suits and lots of medallions, so I'm gonna go North Korea.
Yeah. Right.
Everybody else has really good fits.
Right. Phony. All right. SEO game too strong. Thai food near me. All right. Oh, that is very. That's like literally what you look up when you look for food. That's so funny. Doesn't look finished, but nice.
Brilliant.
Nice SEO.
So should I buy the COVID shirt? The answer is
hey, Cade. Oh, the COVID shirt. Ooh, which one's that? The Break the Great Reset one? Or...
No, the one that you had up today on your Facebook channel, the one that has COVID down.
Oh, yes. On Libertarian Country.
The answer is yes.
Well, that's only if you want to.
No, yes. Regardless of whether you want to or not. Do it.
Okay.
Just do it.
High school kids deadlifting in 2023.
It's so true.
So they have broccoli hair.
It's so
and
true,
they're wearing clogs. And they have either Hello Kitty earrings. Yeah, they have clogs. Aren't those Crocs? Sorry. Crocs. And they have like right, like the cross earrings or Hello Kitty. Gosh.
This is too real. If you go at the I've seen this myself. I'm like, this is very real. I don't really deadlift. I do other workouts because my knees, but
it is so true. They're like, oh, you're in the way of my lighting. That's funny. Is that it for the phony memes?
That is it. Yeah.
All right, that is it. Okay. Well, let's see if we had anything else on the Break the Great Reset campaign.
Break a Great Reset.
All right, looks like we're not, but we are right now at 41 backers. So we're
50%.
over 50%. So really cool. I think even if we stopped here, we have actually 3 days left. If we stopped here, we still have enough to
for the core production.
Yeah, for the core video, bringing out, the same producer and director that we had last time in Anti-State, and same, videography, being able to buy effect packs and things like that. So yeah, let's see. I mean, in 3 days, if we could raise another 1,000, that would be awesome. Let's see how that
help
goes.
Us get a lot of extra props, because the thing is with that is that
it would be nice to have extra props, because the song is so heavy. Because
at a bare minimum, it's like if we have different things you can hold or focus in on at certain points. There's some things you can afford. Like obviously, we're going to get Klaus Schwab and suit that up.
Yeah.
But, there's a couple of lines in the song where it's like, "Ooh, it'd be nice to have something related to that show up on screen."
Yeah.
And if we somehow get to 10,000, I don't know how we would do it in time. But if someone, I don't know, does something crazy, then we can actually get full extra cast, like other set background actors for different scenes and funny gimmicks and gags and stuff like that. But,
right, like then it would be like what we did in Disobey, plus
like Disobey meets
cinema
Anti-State.
quality.
Right. Disobey meets Anti-State, basically. The props and the sets and everything else meets the cinema quality, exactly.
Yeah. So so we'll see. I mean, right now in terms of perks, I think there are still end credits that you can get, and I think the opening producer credit, that's already taken. So the opening credits, that's gone. But I think there is still a credit for the ending. So the big ending credit is still open. So that one
executive credit. Yeah.
Right. So that's just one spot, and that's 1,000. The executive, the opening executive was 2,000. That was sold out already. So yeah, if you want that, or if you want roll credits with or without physical perks, that's 150 or 100. So you can get your name or business credited at the end. Otherwise, there are a bunch of other perks you can look through, like signed T-shirts, behind the scenes videos, coasters. The Break the Great Reset cover and art is really awesome. I'm so happy with how that turned out. And for the music video, I'm gonna try my best to emulate her. I'm like doing 50 burpees every day, like give or take. Sometimes I get tired and I forget. But yeah, trying to like get in shape and like be like this girl over here, and go up against Klaus Schwab. Already have the actor for that. He's bald already. He's getting ready to be Klaus. I'm like, oh, you already looking like Klaus, because he shaved his whole head.
Yeah.
So looks like it's gonna be fun no matter what. So just want to thank everybody, those 41 backers, just helping to make this music video happen. Hopefully we can get some more in the next 3 days here. But either way, thank you all so much. And for those of you hanging out for this stream, thanks for hanging out with us this past hour, almost a half. So thanks for hanging out with us on Sunday. Yeah, I hope you had fun.
And a special extra thank you again to Bayo Strappa, CJ Roasting, and Crawford K. McDonald.
Yes, thank you so much, guys, for all of your support and being our producers.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see how it goes. We might do one more stream before close, maybe this week if it's in the class hours. We'll see how we're feeling, and
we'll see.
It's just tough with our schedule and work and everything. Stuff like that, but because we don't do this all full time, it'd be cool if we did, but we don't.
Yeah.
So, all right. Take care, everybody. Have a good rest of your weekend.
Yeah. Stay awesome and